Welcome back to Science for Fitness. I'm Hayden and I have my friend John here with me. So today's post is really been something that has been a long time coming. A lot of the people that I work with have had issues, particularly when they're beginning, with wrist pain, particularly in the overhead position. So wide grip, overhead position, holding a bar overhead. There's a variety of factors that contribute to this, and a large portion of it is strength and mobility, flexibility in the wrist, and some of this takes a while to develop and work on. So the question I've had is whether or not anything can be done in the meantime to sort of alleviate the discomfort and the pain when you're lifting a barbell overhead with a wide grip. And there are a couple of things that you can actually sort of play around with to try to alleviate that. So the first of which is sort of positioning of the wrist when you're doing these movements. So I'm going to have John grab a bar. And one of the things that happens a lot of the times is when beginners start working with the bar, and they get the bar overhead, and they squat down, what happens is they have their wrist shift backwards, and so it puts a lot of strain across the wrist. So the fix can be to straighten out the wrist, which can alleviate some of that discomfort, okay? So you can stand up. So, you can put the bar down, thanks. So, one of the reasons that you have this shift back is, in reality, if you're doing a lot of Olympic lifting and you're lifting heavy weight, this creates a very nice shelf from which you have a nice support for the bar. But the reality is, Olympic lifters have quite a bit of flexibility and they have quite a bit of strength in their wrist to be able to handle this, and beginners don't necessarily have it. In addition, Olympic lifters are generally only doing a couple of reps at a time. They're not repeatedly going up and down doing high repetition snatches like, say, CrossFitters are, okay? So whether you're doing a snatch or just overhead squatting up and down, you might want to consider shifting your wrist to a more vertical position. The other thing is exactly how are you holding the bar? What are the muscles that really are driving this kind of positioning? So if you pick the bar up again, beginners tend to put a lot of strain in their wrists and their arms when they try to hold this bar overhead. So if John puts the bar overhead, the reality is these muscles up here in your wrists and your arms shouldn't be doing that much of the work. In reality, the traps and the rhomboids here should be doing more of the work. So you should think about your arms as being beams that are basically screwed into your back, okay? And getting these shoulders active, getting these muscles active. The reality is, how do you engage that? One of the tricks you can do, and have John turn around and face. A little tight here, a little tight. One of the things you can do to sort of basically engage these muscles is to loosen your grip on the bar, and that will force your back muscles to engage and stabilize the bar. Now, I'm not recommending that you snatch or overhead squat like this, but this is a cue you can use to get your muscles to be firing and holding and supporting that bar. So it's a way for you to train yourself to use these back muscles more than your wrist and your arm muscles, okay? And that'll make it a little bit easier for you to do these repetitions to get this weight overhead, okay? Excellent. So, thanks again for watching. Hope this helps. If it does, let me know in the comments, and see you next time.